The Sinn Féin Agriculture Minister, Michelle O'Neill, used to be based in this building at Gulladuff outside Mahara. She billed Stormont £18,000 a year in rent.
But the Assembly set the rental valuation at a lower rate.
And the Sinn Féin member based here now claims less than £11,000.
All of the MLAs who've claimed rent for this building have paid it to the South Derry Cultural Society or the Cultural and Heritage Society. It should be straightforward to find out where that public money ended up, but it's not.
When the Gulladuff building opened, the Republican newspaper, An Phoblacht, described it as Sinn Féin's Mid-Ulster headquarters. But Sinn Féin are not the official owners. It's listed in Land Registry in the names of 6 trustees, all with Republican backgrounds. We wanted to know if they were getting the rent. They weren't keen to talk to us, but eventually one of them agreed to an interview. Mandy McAuley knows the background of the building well.
Sinn Féin is the only party which offers the nationalist people an alternative.
Around 30 years ago, he and a well-known Republican, John Davey, seen here canvassing in an election, raised the funds to buy it.
We were on a draw. Myself and John Davey went to certain people we knew we could get donations off, and that's how the money was got for the hall. And it was bought for Sinn Féin, a Sinn Féin hall.
And there are other clues that seem to support that. Its name in Irish is the Mid-Ulster Republican Centre, and there's an IRA memorial garden beside it. Mandy McAuley has left the party, but on paper is still one of the legal owners.
Whenever the hall was bought, there had to be so many trustees. And John Davies said to me, you're going to be one of the trustees. That's how I come to be a trustee of that hall. And I'm still a trustee and will be a trustee to the day.
You would expect a trustee of a building to know where the rent goes.
Have you ever received rent?
No. Trustees, I couldn't see how trustees would be receiving rent. Rent from who?
Sinn Féin have paid a considerable amount of rent out of public funds for many years on that building. Did you know anything about that as a trustee, as one of the official owners?
No. Who's that money paid to? About who?
Well, we have been told, and in the expenses, the money was paid to South Derry Cultural Society. Have you ever heard of that group?
I never heard it tell that group. Never did.
Where is all the publicly funded rent given to the South Derry Cultural Society by Sinn Féin actually ending up? It's not just Gulladuff that's linked to a society. Sinn Féin also pay rent to 3 other societies. Deputy First Minister Martin McGuinness, Francie Malloy MP, and MLAs Mitchell McLaughlin and Dahi Mackay all paid rent to societies. We wanted to know, was it possible to join the societies or find out something more about them? So we asked a member of our team to call them. Posing as a tourist, looking to trace her ancestors, she asked if she could become a member. First, we contacted the office in Cookstown, where Francie Malloy pays his rent.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to get through to the Tyrone Cultural Society.
All right, well,
Are you a member of the society?
uh-huh.
Okay, but, I'm just trying to trace some family history.
Oh, sorry, so it's a historic, right.
It's a historical question, yes. So what do they do, sort of community dances or anything? What sort of...
well, it would be... It's not so much, no, not really, you know, it's maybe more political than, you know.
So the Tyrone Cultural Society essentially, does it exist?
It does, but it's more on, it'd be more on involved in the sort of political history, if you know what I mean.
Next, we rang Martin McGuinness's office in Coal Island, which he also rents from the Tyrone Cultural Society.
Hello, Sinn Féin Away Centre.
Do the Tyrone Cultural Society sort of have classes or dances or something like that? Or dancing?
No, it's different. We have a Republican museum upstairs just that people can visit, and that's really all.
Oh, so it's not sort of society that meets every week or something like that?
No.
Ah, right, okay. So essentially I can't join the actual society?
No.
Here in the village of Dunloy, the Sinn Féin MLA Dahi Mackay has used public funds to rent not one, but 2 offices.
This is Mr Mackay's first office here in Main Street at Dunloy. But here, just round the corner, is Mr Mackay's second office. Until recently, the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee was paying £12,000 rent to 2 landlords for 2 offices that are almost within touching distance of each other.
Dahi Mackay told us one office was used as his private office, the other as a public advice centre. One of those offices was rented from the North Antrim Historical Society. A year ago, Dahi Mackay stopped paying rent to them when the lease expired. Yet strangely, when we phoned a few months later, the staff didn't seem to know anything about it.
I'm just trying to do some research into my ancestry.
Oh, here, do you know, this is the North Antrim Sinn Féin office.
This isn't the North Antrim...
No, it's not.
But the North Antrim Society, you don't have any contact details or email or something?
It seemed to be impossible to contact the society. The big question is why Sinn Féin choose to pay rent to societies at all.
Spotlight has spoken to 2 senior Republican sources who've told us the party set up societies as fronts to get financial benefits not available to political parties. In the case of South Derry Cultural and Heritage Society, there does seem to be an advantage.
It was exempted from rates because Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs has placed it on its deemed charities list.